Do it. They're refusing to look at the big picture and the cumulative effects and impacts of what's going on in northeast British Columbia, the breadbasket for this province.
Members of the Fort Nelson First Nations gathered in downtown Vancouver on Tuesday to push for a reform in the relationship between First Nations, government, and gas companies. Lands Director Lana Lowe says the trio have had strained talks in the past, brought on by a disagreement on the long-term impact fracking has on the land and people in northern BC.
We're asking the province, we're asking industry to work with us so we can figure out, okay, you guys need this much water, is that okay? And if so, what are the effects going to be? We need to cap it. Right now it's just a free-for-all. It's a gold rush for water, and nobody seems to be concerned about that except for us.
While it's unclear whether there's a significant environmental impact, the amount of water being withdrawn has increased by a staggering amount over the last few years. This time-lapse graphic shows the water withdrawals in Fort Nelson First Nations territory since November 2006. As you can see, there was a significant jump in withdrawals starting October 2010. The concern is that if the process harms the land, those who rely on it, like avid hunter Newt Lowe, will be left out in the cold.
What's really alarming to me is 3 years ago, I've noticed, like, used to be abundance of fish. In my opinion, I'm a pretty good fisherman. I went and I'd done my usual thing looking for fish, and I went 3 days, never caught a fish.
Without an agreement pending, legal action is the next step for Fort Nelson First Nations. They plan on fighting gas companies' ability to acquire water withdrawal licenses in court. Jeff Clowers in Vancouver for BCIT Magazine.